Hey, it's David Bradley here with Grant Cardone and Cardone University. Hey, quick question. What would it be worth to you and your business if you could shorten the sales cycle? Could you get more done? Would you be able to close more deals, right? So what I'm going to do in this short video is I'm going to go over two things, two hacks, if you will, that you can implement immediately to close more deals even faster. So the first one is this: outflow is senior to inflow. So you want to make sure that your outflow, that there's more going out than coming in, because the more you put out creates energy, right? It builds momentum, and so more things start coming back. The second tip is this: urgency. Urgency is key. Now, how do you train through that? How do you train to up your outflow? How do you train to create urgency? I'm going to show you in Cardone University. Check it out. All right, so hey, I'm outside Cardone University. I'm in the main menu right now. As I load up the training center, as I go to show you the first place to go to train for urgency, I'm going to give you 5 Cardone-isms, 5 tips from Grant. The first one is this: speed is power. Okay, think about that for a second. If you need to bust through a brick wall, is it better to tiptoe up to that wall, or do you need to just pound through that, right? So if you've got a goal, right, are you tiptoeing up to your goal, or are you going to go pound through that, right? You want to go as fast as you possibly can. Okay, so that's the first tip. Speed is power. Okay, second thing you want to think about is that the number one reason people buy anything is to solve a problem. So the faster you can get to that person's problem, the faster you can then pick a solution. But what's most important that you understand right now is that we want to sell on emotion and close on logic. So the other thing you got to get from them is why. Why now? Why us? Why this product? Why this house if you're in real estate? Why this car if you're in automotive? If you're in phones, why this phone? Why the iPhone versus the Android, right? You got to get to the whys, okay? So the next thing you need to do, though, is you want to provide a solution to them that actually relieves their problem, like gives them actual relief. Okay, and that's the next step of closing. So when you go in to ask for the business and you've leveraged you understand the problem, you know why it is a problem, and you're presenting a solution, it should provide relief. And the true relief is going to happen when they close on it. Okay, so if you want to get more on building urgency, because that's really what we're talking about right now, is when you go inside Cardone Exclusives, look for this webinar, Secrets to Closing the Sale. And what I'd like to have you do is watch as many times as you need to. Watch this video right here. Where is it? Urgency is the secret. It's number 6. It's about a 10-minute long session, but I guarantee you that if you take the tips that Grant's going to give you inside this video and you incorporate it into your sales cycle, into your selling routine, a couple different things are going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is, number 1, you're going to start taking time out of your deals. Your sales cycle is going to go from being really, really long to short. Okay. Then that means what? It means you have more time to go out there and prospect and outflow, which is what I mentioned earlier. Outflow is senior to inflow. So now, speaking of time management, let's take a look at that. What if you could control time as easy as this? I stop time. I just stop time. You see that? Let me start it again. Time's going. Stopped it. Okay. You control time. I just controlled time. You can too. Okay. I mean, that's the question. Grant asks this question all the time. Are you controlling time, or is time controlling you? The thing to think with is that time really only exists as we know it here on planet Earth, right? But that's where we live, right? And there's 24 hours in a day. So how do we take control of those 24 hours? Well, here's 2 tips from Grant that have been very helpful for me. The first one is this, is that you don't want any white space in the calendar. You want to look at your calendar and you want to load it up with stuff. And if there's nothing to do, create something, okay? And so what I like to do for myself is I create these no exception time zones where from this time to this time, this is when I follow up. From this time to this time, this is when I make cold calls. From this time to this time, this is when I check email and respond. So that way I know what I'm doing every single minute of my day. And so the more you can actually schedule it out with these no exception blocks, like this is what's happening in this block of time, okay? No exceptions. Once you get that, you're on the road. So I'm going to show you 2 places inside Cardone University that you can actually go to reinforce that idea, those concepts, and start training through you taking control of time. Okay, so hey, we're talking about controlling time. We are outside the main menu at Cardone University. I'm going to show you 2 places to go inside that program to really get dialed in on the whole time thing, okay? The first place is this I always like to make sure that my basics and my foundations are nice and sharp. So when I feel like I'm starting to lose control of time, I'm going to go back to the fundamentals, make sure those are tight, and then I'm going to look at how to build on that as well. Okay, so for you guys, pop into full curriculum. It's inside the sales menu. Full curriculum is going to give us, oops, I hit the wrong button. That's okay. So sales, full curriculum. Full curriculum gives me this, selling basics. And inside selling basics, we got a module on time. There's 4 segments in here. Here's what Grant's going to cover. First and foremost, he's going to help us understand how much time we actually have, that we are in control of time, that we need to use every single moment to sell. And he's going to get into this thing called the lunch opportunity. Now, how you use your time during the day can have a huge impact on how much you are or are not selling. And so what is the lunch opportunity and how can I leverage my lunch to sell more? Okay, that is there. Okay, and if you don't know much about the lunch opportunity, you're missing out. So make sure you check those 4 modules out. Now, the next place you want to go once we've gone through some of these fundamental basics is this training course right here, which is 100 ways to stay motivated. If you have more control of time, would you be more motivated? Of course you would. So that's why it's in here. I'm going to go, it's the 3rd one. Okay, so I'm going to click on time management. And one of the things that was important for us as we went through, because there's 100 segments in here, right? So how do you organize that in a way that makes it really easy for somebody to not only use the content to watch, but also to learn something from it and then practically apply it in their real life? So what we've done is there's 12 different videos where we're going to break down everything we touched on inside the fundamentals, inside selling basics, everything we talked about in there. Now we're going to take a deeper dive into it. Okay, so the first one is what I'm talking about, how to take control of time rather than management. Now, what's nice about it is that you've got a full workbook that we send to you where you're going to watch a video, there's going to be a test at the end, and then we're going to do a practical assignment to make sure that we got it. Not only do we understand it, but we can then duplicate it later. So Grant's going to talk to you about how to control time rather than management, scheduling in the 15-minute blocks, which I already touched on, and then we're just going to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay, I'm going to go back to full face. I'll see you in 2 seconds. Okay, so hey, let's put the cherry on top. Let's wrap this thing up, right? Okay, so the 2 main hacks are this. Outflow is senior, the inflow, okay? And then urgency is key. Now, in order to dial those things in effectively, we need to do 2 things, which is number 1, we need to create urgency, and then we need to create time. And I think what the big theme here is that you, me, we create these things. It's on us, right? If it is to be, it's up to me, right? You want to be the cause of why this stuff is happening, not the effect of something else. So you need to take control of time. You need to be in control of the urgency. Okay, so the ways you do that, recognize number 1, speed is power. I give you full permission to go fast. Okay, second thing, understand your customers' reasons why they're doing something right now. What is the problem? Present a solution that addresses their why. Okay, and then close on that, right? Next thing, control time. Take control of it. Schedule those things out. This is when I'm doing this. This is when I'm doing that. There's no exceptions to those rules outside of an emergency or a zombie apocalypse, whichever comes first. Actually, a zombie apocalypse isn't kind of an emergency, right? So anyway, listen, if I can help, okay, if I can help you go faster, if I can help you build more urgency, if I can help you get better dialed in with Cardone University, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. That's literally what I'm here to do. My direct line, 310-777-0352. Email david@grantcardone.com. Anything I can do to help and serve. Finish the month strong. Finish the week strong. Finish your day strong. And if you can finish your day strong every single day, what's going to happen to your year? Okay? Talk to you soon.